as you can see, we got some juices set out here today. Company Veggie Terry. We have carrot beet. We have cucumber ginger punch, soursop passion, Irish moss sea moss, and carrot punch. About to crack them open, take a couple of tastes, and see what it is. And then Vincent's got a little bit more info on the company for you.
Most definitely, man. You know, I had an interview the other day with one of the people behind this product, and not only is it vegetarian, but it's you know, distributed by Mountain Bay Distributors. And I mean, they have a lot more products. Not only juice, they have goat meat, they have curry, they have other types of, you know, ginger and seasons that they have as well. But all these are all natural products. And right now we're gonna sit here and try and taste test them and, you know, let y'all know what we think about them. So I'm excited about trying them. We all been waiting, you know, patiently to see what's going on with them, and we'll go from there. So I think first when we start off, we're gonna start off with Irish moss. We're gonna check that one out, see what it's looking like. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Which cup you take? It don't matter, bro.
Don't matter.
Yeah, you good, man.
I'm
Pour it
getting
up for everybody, man. Get you
We
a
drinking
little
at the
bit.
same time?
We can.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Look like it has a lot of
It smells good.
texture.
I'm telling you, it smells good. Like, I would light a candle that smelled like that.
And we did freeze them up, so
These are
make sure they stay
recently
cold.
frozen beverages. This
Yeah,
is-
make sure they stay cold for the shot.
Wow. This is
Right?
All right, man. So
This is good, son.
go toke up, man, and then like I said again, this is Irish moss, sea moss. All right, gonna try it out, see how we like it. Oh, it reminds me kind of like a milky, like a what's the word I'm looking for?
Kind of almost tastes like eggnog.
This ain't
I was
bad.
gonna
Little
say,
bit, yeah, a little bit.
I was gonna say.
This ain't bad, bro.
I was gonna say
Pretty
like a
good.
horchata.
Yeah, horchata.
Yeah, like horchata,
Yeah.
Kind of has a
I'm fucking with it.
Kahlua milk feel to it too.
Bad.
It's like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also we can
I
go.
mean, I kind of like it. Like,
I can drink it,
Yeah,
bro.
like I
I
can
can
say,
see it
yeah, for
difference.
sure. Now,
And this is one of their best sellers, right?
Mhm.
Okay, it's one of their best sellers. So the corner approves.
indeed,
It's pretty
Absolutely.
indeed.
And you can taste a hint of the sea moss too. Like,
Because to be honest, if you had something like this, I would think this is more of a breakfast blend. So if you buy it
I
out
can see
to
that.
work or whatever, I think this is probably the best
Like
blend.
with a side of oatmeal or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a healthy breakfast with you.
Definitely a heart healthy type of deal.
So what are we trying to crack into next?
Next one, we can try the second best one.
I was really anticipating that one, man.
Oh,
I'm glad we got that. Yeah.
oh, you told me this one?
Yeah.
Oh, get it out of the way.
I was really anticipating that.
Because I mean, out of the whole batch, it was
good.
just like this one was set apart between all of them. So yeah, but with the next one, we're gonna actually shoot for the ginger. Now, to be honest, I don't really eat ginger, so this would be something different for me. And then again,
Come to sushi, I'm definitely with the ginger though.
so
So,
that's
like,
sushi. That's sushi.
but I'm saying I like the ginger taste.
ginger tea.
I never had ginger
I've had
tea.
ginger tea. It's pretty good.
So like I said, this is gonna be new. This is gonna be something new for me.
Ginger ale.
So this is cucumber. He said ginger ale. But this is. I mean, but you gotta get.
Red Rock.
That's the
That's
hard.
that real
That's
stuff.
the hard
Oh,
stuff.
that's that
no,
real
You can't
stuff.
put
Keep
that
that
up
over
there
there
with
now,
ginger
boy.
ale.
You tryna-
You can't put that up with
Burn some
like,
holes in
ginger
stuff.
ale.
I mean, it's it's real ginger ale. It's hard hitting. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm straight on that.
So with this one right here, another product of vegetarian. This is cucumber ginger punch. Again, 100% all natural.
Well, I
So,
might take that sea moss bottle from you.
We might have to fight.
no, I'm real mad about, man, my homie, man, Jay, man. I thought the peanut punch was in here, man. I don't see it nowhere,
Oh,
man.
peanut punch.
But you know what?
Man.
I'm coming for it though, man, because you know.
We heard some
I'm
things.
just
We
gonna
heard
say
some good
that.
things
I'm
about
just gonna
it.
say that.
Some real
So,
good things about it.
Now we're gonna try this cucumber ginger punch. Let's try it out.
Yes, sir.
Everybody palate clear a little bit.
Yeah,
They
my
good to
palate's
go.
good.
So-
Yeah, my palate's
Hold on, alcohol.
good. Alcohol.
Burn it away a little bit.
All right, we good.
All right.
It's almost
sorry.
like the smell of like, what am I trying?
Shoot,
It
we
smells
can do this like a wine
Like
taste, so
a,
we can kind of smell it and
What
slice
am I
it
trying
around.
to? It
It's
smells
very
like some
earthy,
type of candy
very-
to
yeah,
me,
it is.
bro.
It's an
Y'all
earthy
smell
smell
earth?
to it. Yeah, it's very
I
earthy
smell
to it, like-
candy and earth to it. That's what I smell. So bottoms up for me.
I get
Are
it.
you ready?
Oh, this is kind of like
Got
a.
a different flavor
Woo!
in the scent, but yeah, I like that.
You can definitely taste
There's the
cucumber.
ginger.
Oh, there you go.
There's the
feel it?
ginger.
There it is.
That's the ginger. That ginger pop.
There you go.
I like
There
it.
you go.
I
That
actually
thing shot out my
it.
nose.
It's not terrible. Like I said,
I like it.
it's cool. It's almost
Yo.
like a. So if you ever had like one of those like green popsicles, kind of melted down. It's kind of like that, but with
A ginger pop. in it.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. I like it better than sea moss.
Really?
I don't even like cucumber.
What?
I mean,
Like,
they
I
up there.
think it's because
wait,
this is
aren't
more
these,
like a thick
these
feel to it. This is thicker than that.
This
bro.
is thick milky.
Well,
feel.
yeah, but
yeah.
these are the two best sellers, right?
Yeah, these are the
okay,
two
well,
best
then
sellers.
we understand now.
Yeah, I
But
like
then,
it.
I mean, but then you gotta look at the nutritional value too. Well,
Yeah.
that's probably what makes them the best sellers. You know, you
Right.
got the ginger and
Right.
then you got the Irish. You know,
Stuffy
most-
nose.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
clear.
This
You gonna feel
clear
that?
right out.
You gonna feel that tingle in your throat.
The first sip, it immediately shot out my nose. Like that.
I like it, bro.
Yeah, it's
I like
good.
it.
I actually like that.
So we trying to hit that
Come
sour
on,
south
ginger. Wait a
passion.
minute, that
man,
ginger
we
guy
should
hit
do
me a
that
little bit.
last.
Wait a minute.
You want
Yeah,
okay? So
let
you
it-
want-
let
you
it-
want to-
Wait.
Let it work its magic.
I mean,
I
get
got
your
it.
alcohol.
It's
What's
working.
up? Like,
It's
Yeah.
Cleanse the palate.
You know, I know we're drinking healthy stuff, but you know, every once in a while they got to clear with a little bit of alcohol.
Oh
a little bit
man,
of
let the ginger do its magic, man. Come on, man. We really gonna tarnish that? Shit, y'all hard.
clear my palate, man. Jesus.
The
All right, so
Right.
let me go for one that I'm not necessarily. I ain't gonna say I'm not a fan of, but I've never really had carrot juice. So I'm gonna go for the carrot. This is the punch, right?
That's the carrot punch. Yeah, that's the carrot
So
punch.
let's try the carrot punch out. Then next we're gonna do the carrot beet, and then we're gonna do the final one, sour sop.
Yes.
It's,
Let's do this.
that look like some carrots, bro.
Oh, that's
baby
thick.
Oh,
Oh, that's like a smoothie. Okay, I can
So
do
what?
that.
So
Yeah.
what?
actually can't really get it.
Exactly.
Really?
Carrots don't really have too strong a smell anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really.
Let's see what I get here. Yeah, give me a hand or something. All right,
Kind of smell like some yams.
take a little sip.
Yeah.
I mean, but you think about it, generally they all kind of smell the same when it comes to carrots, yams, and
I
they all
mean,
kind of smell the same.
Yo.
Hmm.
Yo.
It's very sweet.
Yo.
It's naturally sweet.
I didn't expect
did not
it to be
see that
sweet.
coming.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of blindsided me.
Stuck that in there.
Sure, this ain't the best seller.
Right.
Hey,
I don't even do carrots, but
bro, I
Bro,
drink
Go
it.
this one.
I like that.
He
That's
busted
what's
it.
up.
Yeah, they ain't
I don't know.
bad.
It's a tie between that one and the cucumber.
Yeah, bro, that's
Yeah, 'cause that ginger, it's almost. I ain't gonna say it's almost like alcohol, but definitely you know.
I mean, it's,
sipping
you know,
you
you
get
drink
cucumber
this.
first, and
Yeah.
you get a ginger after.
Yeah.
But
I like
yeah.
that.
Like I said,
That was
that's 100%.
that one took me by surprise.
Ain't
Yeah, that
taste
was
the bad one yet. You feel me?
Yeah.
All delicious.
I'm still a fan of the Irish mouse.
Oh yeah, that was good. Like
That's
I
still-
feel like this is your breakfast.
Yeah.
Like, and then these two could have been the lunch specials.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Lunch special, pre-workout maybe.
Or yeah,
Right.
you know, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Especially like frozen, like we had them. Like yeah,
Yeah.
that would be busted.
Yeah, that carrot punch, yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
That's
Nah, I
good.
wasn't. It was like naturally sweet too.
I like
Yeah.
that though. Like,
Yeah.
that was
So,
like,
it's not no added sugars or everything. It's just all
Yeah.
natural. Like literally in this one, all it is what? Carrot, water, sugar, sweets, milk, vanilla, and spices. I can definitely taste vanilla. Now I know where that's coming from.
Yeah,
I
extra-
definitely taste it
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yep.
Cause I tasted it. I was like, I don't know where it's coming
That's
from.
why I said yams. You be putting vanilla extract in yams.
Yes,
There you
yeah,
go.
yes.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
definitely.
Sweet
All right,
potato
cool.
pies and all that. Yeah, that's what it
good.
tastes
Yeah.
like.
that's
Pretty
good. I like
All right, man.
That's
So
what it
we're
is.
gonna move on to the
Carrot beet. I'm
Let's see if it
I'm actually
compares.
looking forward to that one.
Really?
I like beets. So
Okay.
I'm not a
Yeah.
beet man,
Got you.
so
I don't like beets either.
hey, you
I
gonna
eat
try
raw
this?
carrots though.
Really? What was
I love raw.
Shit.
Dip it in ranch, my boy. Dip it in ranch.
I like that red color. But
Yeah, you
that's
got
orange.
got a red tinge to it.
Yeah.
Very rich. That's
I'm gonna
beets.
clear this out.
Yeah.
Get the
Almost
vanilla
got
out.
the same smell as the other one, but
Yeah.
it's a little
Alright.
bit more fragrant.
Ooh.
Sorry, straight. Take it to the head.
I don't know.
All right, y'all ready? What y'all smell?
What y'all smell? It kind of smells similar to the punch.
That shit smells
Yeah.
similar to that.
Damn sure something. Wait a minute. What's in this one? This one is carrot, beet, water, sugar, sweet, milk, vanilla spice. So really, the
that's the
only
same
difference
thing
is
plus
beet.
beets.
Beet.
So we'll see if we taste the beet in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's a difference. It's
Whoa.
it's
Oh, I
similar
like
but
that.
different at the same
I like
time.
I'm
that.
sorry, I like that.
I like that.
It's taking away from I
It's-
guess all the vanilla that's in this one.
It took the soft hint of vanilla from over
Yeah.
there. Pow.
Pow.
In that
Yeah.
bottle, yeah.
Yo,
Go ahead and hit up Vincent, see how much
I
a
like
caseload.
Uh-oh.
Jay, hit up Vincent, let him know how much a caseload.
I might have to-
is,
Might have to
I might
go
have
in on
to
a
say-
go in on an
like,
assortment pack.
look,
If you
bro,
will.
Really, man, it's
pack.
kind of give you like an ice cream
Right. Yeah.
type of feel. It's good. I like it.
Like if you got a sweet tooth,
Yeah,
that's the one.
that's-
So this one and that Irish moss.
I actually
are the
think
sweet tooth.
I think this is one of Jay's favorite ones, if I'm not mistaken,
I
in the
could
interview.
see.
I think
could
this is gonna
see
be
that,
one of
yeah,
mine
yeah.
too.
It's great though. Like, if you really want some like ice cream or something like that, something real sweet, you can crave it with this one. You can cut it off with this one.
Hey man, I might have to put this over the Irish.
Like that's what I'm
You
saying.
finally
That's
got
tight.
one of those.
I might.
Tight.
I might. It is, man. It's right there.
It's close.
That tastes really good.
I really had
I really
no
want.
complaints about that one. to be
I want
honest.
another one.
I
wanted
You
this.
welcome
I mean,
to take
you
the
can
product
re-up,
along with
like,
you, man. You know, or get a little bit during the show, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep it right here during the
Yeah.
show. So last but not least, this is the Sour Sop Passion. So with a name like that, you know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit. We're gonna find out. Though. Passion. All right, y'all.
Y'all ever had the sour sop fruit? The actual fruit?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was talking about with Jay the other night. I've never really heard of it. So
Oh,
yes,
shit. I've had that fruit maybe one time. It kind of reminds me of like softer apples.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And it got seasoned. It got
Softer
big
apples.
seasoning. Like yeah, like a soft
like
texture.
an apple sauce or
No, like it's like a soft texture. Like,
This shit smell like this gonna have me like, boy,
I said, boy,
I want some more.
Oh, it's sweet. It smells sweet. Oh, okay. I get a little lemon in there. A little lemon, a little lemon, kind of like a caramelish
this really,
brand to it.
it really reminds me of the Minute Maid juices.
You know what?
Like,
The
Like
I was talking about the one with
the
the
passion fruit.
tropical actually kind of
something.
tastes like
Yeah,
that.
it's
But yeah,
great.
that's good. I like that.
Wow.
With this being said, guys, I actually thought this one was gonna be my favorite one. It's actually very quite delicious, but my two favorite, bro.
That one,
my
the
two
Irish.
favorite, bro.
Irish. Oh, really?
Facts,
Seriously?
bro.
Okay.
I'm fucking with the cucumber and
These are
ginger
mine right here.
and the carrot and beet. I
Yeah.
forgot all about carrot punch once we had that.
So this,
Yeah.
so this is what I'm gonna say. Like
The whole lineup is strong. Like
Right.
I
the whole,
say that, like,
yeah, the whole
I-
thing is strong.
yeah.
Like there's no way it doesn't have no flavor at all. Like most products you get, it has a nasty flavor to them. Whatever, with it
Right,
being a
some
fruit,
sort of
fruit
aftertaste,
vegetable
some
blend.
sort of yeah.
These are actually
Real
You
good.
can-
solid, bro.
they're solid. And you can actually
Right.
taste the flavor because most stuff you drink, you're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But then you see, oh, red, blue, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Red concentrate. What is
Right,
that?
right. But with these right here, I mean, you can actually taste all the flavors that are actually in them. Like, you know, with this one, the last one we did, so of course we know it's sour sop. It's cane sugar, filtered water, and allspice. I don't even know.
Allspice. It's a common spice as far as like going for. That's hard
Like a
to
seasonal
explain. Like,
or-
it's not quite. Like it's not what you would think. It's not necessarily like a in the kitchen normal spice technically, but it's a. I don't want to. It's a specific thing that's used.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, this kind of tastes like a fruit cocktail.
Yeah.
Now if I'm really thinking about it, tasting the flavor,
Mm.
like a fruit cocktail. I like it though. It's
Yeah, I
cool.
like them. I like all of them. I like all of them.
If he was doing chameleon, that would be great.
Chameleon?
that would be a good replacement.
Sweet.
Man, I'm telling you.
So, yeah, like I said, I don't really have a bad thing to say about any of them. Well, they all have their distinct flavors.
Yeah.
With the carrot beet and the Irish sea moss,
Yeah.
I think these more so are breakfast blends. When it comes to the ginger, I think it's probably more so like a pre-workout. That and this one right here, because it's tastes like it has more protein in it.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to soursop, I really think
That's
it's
your
a
recreational
regular
drink.
day,
Yeah,
like lunch,
yeah.
maybe even dinner. This is a recreational type drink, but
Yeah.
like I said, all
All
of them
of
good
them
meat.
were pretty straight.
Yeah.
Actually pretty
Keep doing your thing.
facts.
So these
Yeah.
these are nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. But like I said, throughout the show, man, we can just, if y'all want to continue to get y'all some, go ahead for it, man. Like I said, this is a sponsor. Well, okay. The answers have it,
The corner approves.
Come on, spectator, come get yours. Oh, this thing, he said, shit.
Oh, what you got? Here you go. You want the whole thing?
Boy, that cat beat, boy, that jump busting.
I ain't gonna lie, that
This
shocked
thing
me.
busting, bro.
That did take me by
Like,
surprise.
Yo,
Yeah, it really did. 'Cause
you
to
might
be
have to
honest,
send me
I
a
was
whole
not
24 pack of
Yeah.
these, boy.
Y'all
Yeah,
sleep
you
like,
on the
we'll
beach.
holler at you, man. We know who our plug is, man. Jay, so, we coming for you, man. You know we coming for, man. We coming for these beats. And I still need to try that peanut punch, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
thought it was in the bag. I didn't see it, but I'm coming for it,
We heard
man.
some great things about that.
Yes,
that
sir.
Product.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I'm glad everybody liked it, man. Like, it was really, you good.
Shot, he's gonna put it up and then
Man, you might as well take the bottle.
Boy, this shit good.
Nah, don't
But,
say it's a little different.
Right, but I mean, these was all unbiased opinions, man. Like, we really just took the time to actually taste it, see what was going on with the flavors. And like I said before, you could drink it and actually see, taste what's in it. And most drinks you can't do that. Most drinks you just taste and whatever you think it is, it ain't it. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely behind this one, whatever. So y'all have more to send us. Hey, you ready?
Right.
Send them to us.
Tell him,
Please.
Send them to us, man.
Send me a whole 24 pack of that carrot beef. Talking about a whole 24, boy.
24 pack.
Shit, send me a 24 pack of that cucumber,
Ginger.
cucumber ginger. Yeah, boy.
Ooh.
Just fully refreshed that work drinking it.
Yeah.
It seemed like, especially the sour sauce, seemed like it really hydrates you.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like
Fresh,
you
yeah,
give
it
that
really
fresh,
is,
fresh water. It even said like, what did it say? Like filtered water. Yeah, filtered water.
What you think I'm doing? What it
Well,
look
you
like?
Irish boss, bro. What you look like? Carrot beef.
What it look like? What it look like?
I almost liked it.
Right.
I told you if you want to take the bottle.
I got you though, man.
Up, my guy. This young good.
It's honestly,
Keep
it's
playing
honestly
with
ice
y'all.
cream in the bottle. Like,
Hey,
it-
the whole
it
bottle
really
gonna be
is.
going fucking with me, boy. This young good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look, we cannot say enough how we appreciate, the support and the sponsorship, man.
Facts.
Like I said, everyone around enjoyed it. Apparently.
So,
So yeah, like I was saying, man, I learned very early in the game that popular vote doesn't really mean anything. So it's really all about the electoral votes. So with that being said, I learned that literally like in 4th or 5th grade, about how the election really works. So when people would look at the election, get excited like, oh, he's winning the popular vote, doesn't mean anything. Yeah, but I mean that's my experience. But like I said, I started early. And it always meant something to me because I always looked at our history and things of that nature, and I felt like, hey, voting's the way to go. But like I said, that was just the way I interpreted it. And I've seen different things throughout, and sometimes it's kind of hard to vote, to be honest. For some of us that actually do it, it's not an easy task or easy job for us to do. Especially when we know some stuff that's going on behind the scenes. But I'm gonna take it away from me. I'm gonna push it to somebody else that maybe has a different point of view to me, and go from there.
Honestly, me, I did not vote. I have my reasons for not voting. Me personally, I feel like it's all set up anyway. I feel like they already know who they're gonna have to be the president. And like my brother was saying, I'm saying that popularity vote don't mean shit. Nothing at all about the electoral votes. That's how you're gonna get your president. So me personally, I did not go vote, and I know I might get some backlash because I got some backlash from my mother, like, oh, you know what our people did back then, you know what they had to go through in order for us to vote, and you don't want to vote.
took it that far.
Yeah. And me personally, in my head, I'm like, well, I wasn't living back then. And I'm sorry to say it like that. I wasn't living back then. And like
things have changed. Like, they've come a long
you
way.
feel me? But there was a time that I did go vote. You know what I'm saying? But on me, I'm not gonna say it's a waste of time because yeah, I feel like people should go vote. But then again, like, bro, like the stuff that happens behind the scene, it's just real scary.
There's a curtain.
Yeah,
like
that.
I mean, but it's a curtain with everything. So I mean, we can't necessarily just justify like, okay, boom, there's a curtain, so we should just not care because there's a curtain over everything. Everything that we do in life has a curtain around it because nothing is just okay. Just because it's supposed to happen, just because it's right, it's going to happen. It's just not the way life goes. You know.
Well, I mean, I feel like I kind of concur with what Silk said. There's definitely a lot more going on than what meets the eye, and it actually goes a lot further than just a presidential election. Like it trickles down into the rest of politics legitimately. But not only that being the reason that I didn't vote personally, honestly, I was not in agreement with either one of the candidates. Like I honestly,
I don't
like,
think none of us were.
right, like I mean, like I guess there's the whole lesser of the two evils thing, but like I mean, you still pick an evil. Like, like that's my opinion, that's my eyes, and like, don't get me wrong, I try my best to really kind of stay away from politics because look at what it's done to society. Like it's legitimately, we've already got civil unrest between races and everything in society, and then you've got political inspired unrest separating people like, oh, if you support him then I can't be friends with you and blah blah blah, like and it's just kind of honestly sad to look at. Like you talk about you known somebody for 10 years, one presidential candidate comes up, they start spouting off about their views, and then all of a sudden I can't really mess with you no more. I don't know if that's how you think. And it's like you've been friends with this person that long, and then now all of a sudden you can't be friends with that person because now you see how they think, and it's just like nothing's changed. Like there's still that same person you knew. There's still, you know what I'm saying? Now unless somebody comes out and starts chanting some crazy stuff and rallying with a certain crowd or whatever, then yeah, I guess, you know, it's fair to separate, but to just all out say that we can't associate together or deleting people off social media or all that stuff, like it's just ridiculous to me. Like,
because I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I think we really need to look at who is it we really calling friends, because at the end of the day, like I said, not all of us voted. We're still fine. We're still good with it. But, you know, when I got people maybe I used to know 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, you know, we're cordial. You know, we see each other in passing type deal. You know, so I might be scrolling down my timeline or whatever. Oh, you support this little white boy out here killing people? Yeah, I can't fool with you. Just because our views are different doesn't mean we can't be friends. Nah, your views a little different than mine.
I mean, shoe on the other foot there. Let's say he was on the other side of the fence, marching up the street shooting folks. Don't feel like he would have been met with the same valor that he was hit with. Like, but you know, that man took a whole drive out of state, walked up a street with a rifle illegal to own, started the gunfight, hit people in the gunfight, and got to drive home and see himself on the news. Literally, police officers rallying around that individual. Let that have been.
Gave him a bottle of water.
Oh my goodness! Like, let that have been. He didn't even have to be black. He could have been Hispanic. He could have been something else. Like, like facts, and that would not have been the same outcome whatsoever. Like,
because I mean, a lot of people think, you know, when we talk about politics, when we talk about black people, we just talking about our, you know, race and our skin color. No, we just talking about black, brown, whoever that's not, you know, part of the majority or whatever. We can't just walk out here and just do whatever, you know, say we're tired of this or, you know, whatever have you, and then just think everything's going to be fine. Because we get ridiculed, we get, you know, called thugs or, you know.
Militant is
the
term
militant or whatever have you or whatever. But, you know, it's just, it's a very thin line. And I've been hating these couple of years because, I mean, we just been so divided as people, you know, and it just, it's not conducive, man. And then it hurts because, you know, you in your mind it's like, man, I want to vote for the right person, but just because you think you vote for the right person, you gotta realize they're just a face.
Yeah.
So you can vote for somebody like, yeah, they're gonna make change, they're gonna make the world better. They don't really have all the control. That's why they're checks and balances or whatever. They don't pull all the strings. They might pull one or two, if that. But
Different.
They ain't
not
putting
enough
all
to talk
A
about.
perspective about, all right, let's use Trump as an example. There was a massive support for him amongst a very wide range of walks of life, like, you know, professions and types of people and stuff like that. All right, so I have a few family members that are north of six-figure earners, like up there. And they're, as you can see, probably not white. And having conversations with, I'll dial it into one, having a conversation with him, he was like, he kind of laughs at anyone below six figures supporting Trump, because Trump is after the business heads, these people that are running corporations, running, you know, actually really in control of your nation if you look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
But those people, he's giving tax cuts and all that good stuff. So if you're making way up there in figures, yeah, Trump is your man.
Yeah.
But as far as like bottom of the barrel, blue collar workers, like stuff like that,
us.
he's literally not doing anything for you. Like what? So, like not even a little bit. And so when it came to him talking to me about that, it was kind of funny because he kind of seemed a little bit like Dave Chappelle. I'm not sure if you watched that comedy special, and that's exactly his point of view. He thought Dave Chappelle was that much more funny because he could literally relate to what he had to say. And so it's interesting seeing people, like, after hearing that perspective, seeing people that are not quite up there with the earning and all that, are marching in the streets and stuff like that. All right, so let's shift it to the Democratic point of view. Everyone was like, okay, well, he's the opposite of Trump. We got to go with him. We got to, you know, he's doing all these, we're not going to call it socialist, but, you know, more community-based, you know, programs and stuff. All right, so with Trump, he's given the corporation leads and all that stuff, the tax cuts and all these little incentives and actually bonuses at the end of the year when it comes to stuff like that. That's actually, if you look at it, not terrible, because if they're getting tax cuts, they're getting breaks, they're getting incentives, they're getting bonuses and stuff like that, there's a trickle effect. It'll come down eventually into the rest of the company and the people that it affects and things like that. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to lean on the morality of the corporate heads and all that stuff, but hopefully. Yeah. Now, shifting that to the Democratic point of view, with the whole community-based, you know, programs, everybody deserves this, that, and the third. Really, if you look at it, not your best way out, because once you start really looking at how that works, when you're talking about everybody deserves this, everybody deserves that, that's going to start coming out of your pocket somewhere. Yeah. Like when you're now with the Democratic head in lead, all the corporates, all the big wigs, the one percenters, all the people that are getting affected by his programs, that's coming out of the company. They're making less money now. These people that Trump was making happy are making less money. Yeah. Where do you think that's going to start to trickle down to? Because they're going to start buckling up because they're starting to lose and hemorrhage money for these programs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And eventually that's going to make it down to the bottom guy. Yeah. So when I say, I tried to find a candidate that I really, really could rock with, but there's literally, Trump ain't helping me. At all. Not even a little bit. I hope maybe one day Trump will help me out, like, you feel me? But not really. Not today. Yeah. Democrats kind of sort of looks like you're helping me a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's going to come out of my check somewhere. You feel me? So,
I mean, they kind of make it be known without saying it, because they're like, yeah, we're going to do this or whatever, but it's going to take some money. And, you know, like, they got to put it in there. It's going to take some money.
I got a point to say, too, you know, because especially on social media, a lot of people say, you know, if you're, especially, you know, with the memes, if you're such and such and such, you shouldn't worry about Biden's tax plan. Mm-hmm. But, you know, just like what Tony was saying, that's a trickle effect. Yeah, you may not be making $400,000 a year, but the owner of your apartment complex does. Yep. The owner of your local grocery stores do. So if they getting hit with the tax plan, prices going up. If y'all familiar with the show Snowfall, price of brick going up. So I mean, you know, it's, you know, like you said, it's a trickle effect. Once they're getting affected, yeah, they're trying to save.
It's gonna make its way down.
They're trying to save any amount of money that they have left after these cuts.
Down to the point
Down
where,
to
okay,
it,
we
yeah.
got to start saving so much. All right, well, I don't think we need that department no more.
Right.
Out you go.
Like,
you feel me?
I've been
Like,
there. I've been there. I've seen it.
But I
Yeah,
think
it
that's
happens,
my
bro.
job
Yeah.
too. Like,
It happens.
shoot, how they did. I ain't gonna say his name, but our safety manager dude, one who taught us about the machine and everything. Like, they see him, they like, so what is it that you actually do? Oh, we don't need this anymore. Yeah,
Out of here.
just gonna let
You
you
know
know.
what? But you know, I kind of see both sides because I mean, as a worker, especially people that work in manufacturing, wherever you look at certain people, it's like, and in your head, you like, what do you really do? I know I'm essential, but what do you do? And you know, when you think like that, somebody else above you, like, you know what really does that
might
person
be
do?
right, yeah.
Like, you might need to trim that fat. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, it happens. I've seen it happen in multiple jobs I've been in. You know, certain jobs, it's just like, yeah, you've been kind of skating around for a little bit. You know, maybe it's time we let you go and then let a couple other people take parts of your job and you know make it work. You know what I mean?
We're just gonna get rid
We'll
of
hand
your
those duties to
whole-
you, those duties to you, that guy, yeah, you're out of here.
You feel me? Matter of fact, you and him is out of here.
Right.
Both of y'all. Just get out of here.
Yep.
We don't need both of you guys anymore. Y'all was salary too? We're gonna save that.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and
Right.
save that.
And then I guess when I say it trickles down to lower than presidential elections, like I can't really say names or positions or anything, but I knew someone that was in city level politics, and we had a recent election between Kemp and Abrams. Yeah. All right. So and it was a brutal race. You know, everybody was watching and aware of what was going on and all that stuff. And I had someone on the inside who was telling me information and everything, and they're legitimately preparing for a specific candidate a week before the election happened.
Man, I just feel like it's like any other business. Whatever, you gotta have projections. So therefore, they probably do the numbers, they crunch it, and like, yeah, more likely this person's gonna win.
It's a little deeper than that.
I mean,
Like,
I'm pretty
it's-
sure it is, but I don't know all the aspects.
Right,
of it.
and that's what I'm saying. It's not just presidentials that are like that. It's legit. It's city council members. It's all of that stuff is predestined. Like before the position is filled, they already know who's going in it.
Yeah.
Like straight facts. And honestly, it was deniable before I had the information that I did. Like, well, no, come on, man, that's circumstantial. Like, you know, of course, you know, somebody could have said somebody before Trump actually won the election goes like, yeah, I know Trump's gonna win. I know. So and then it happens. And it's like, yeah, see, I told you. No, there's a whole lot more that goes into that, and there's a whole lot more pieces in motion than what it appears. Like,
Yeah, whatever happened with him suing, what was it? He was suing the state of Georgia or suing Biden?
Trump?
Yeah.
State of Georgia.
Yeah, whatever happened with that?
I don't think that panned out very well.
We
We got buried in the rest of the propaganda we got.
We already seen
going
what
on.
Georgia was capable of, man. Like, you know, I don't think that really went anywhere. Or at least I haven't heard anything else about it. I mean, I will say, you know, if we get into more, you know, topics in debate, like this or whatever, I suggest that we, you know, look up some certain things or whatever, so therefore we have the information right here in front of us, and, you know, go forward and, you know, get the people what we have.
I mean, this is the corner, man. You know, we don't really have to be, you know, all facts, because when we talked in the corner, we never really state factual information. We
Yeah,
just
but I mean,
we just talked about how we feel. And,
I'm just
you know,
saying, I think it's good for us to be knowledgeable.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
if we're gonna have more base behind our opinion and what we say,
Yeah,
I guess
I
we
got
become more prepared
You know,
materials and stuff.
'Cause, like, for me or whatever, like, my whole point of voting or whatever, I'm not gonna say I don't care anything about the presidential debate. debate, well, not debate, but cabinet or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm worried about what's happening locally or whatever.
And that's where it starts, honestly.
Yeah. Because I mean, people like, oh, I need to worry about the top. Nah, you really need to worry about what's going on around the corner.
Like legitimately, if you're really trying to affect your day-to-day life, it starts in your town.
Right.
Straight up. And honestly, it's really sad because I've been in Porterdale was a good example. I was in their little hall thing they got going on over there while they were holding a meeting, making major decisions for the city. And literally the only people in that meeting were the board. There was no one there watching it. There was no one there a part of the decision making. They're literally like looking around the room and this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Check. Like, you feel me? Like, no one was sitting in the seating area of this meeting. And it's
at the end of the day, they tell folks about it, but
no one really and honestly, I kind of get where it can go under the radar because like when it's coming to like state and city and presidential and all that, it's everywhere. It's in your face. But as far as like local stuff, like, and if you're from around here, you know about Porterdale, bro. Like, that's what it is on the map. Like, it's this tiny little space that happens between this side of Covington and that side of Covington.
It's a city inside a city.
Yeah, like, for real. And so,
small.
And I feel like, and that's a good example to start from, whereas like if you really wanted to see a change, that would be in a city that really could be easier to start a change in because it's so small. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally 1, 2, 3, 7 streets going up through there. Like,
you can get through Porterdale in 2 minutes.
If
that.
I'm telling you. Like,
hey, you ain't gonna go over 25 miles per hour.
Damn
right.
That's what I'm saying. You go 25 miles an hour, you can still get through it in 2 minutes.
I'm gonna get to the post office. If I don't see a cop car over there, let me just go ahead and step on this accelerator real quick.
Corner does not sponsor speed.
I mean,
drive safe.
I ain't say speed now. I just said step on the accelerator, like, because Porterdale, you gotta coast through that thing, boy. Like,
It's coming from the guy with the alcohol in his hand, guys.
I mean,
Wow.
Why would you
call him out like that?
Wow.
Bro, you already said in the video that
Let me go ahead and drink this alcohol.
Wow. You look
real
familiar over there.
even though he said it earlier in the video.
You a seller.
Am I driving? Am I driving? You see car keys anywhere on my person, sir?
Let's just jump on the younger brother day. I get it. Jump on the younger.
Yeah.
Jump on the younger brother.
You are a seller.
Really want to talk about not answering your phone, but we'll go ahead and move on.
Back to the political stuff we were talking about.
But anyway, like I said, Porterdale is a good example to start with. Like, it's a smaller city, it's a smaller little population, and if there is room for change, that would be a good one in the area to start with. Like, which it appears as though they've kind of got things coming along there. We will, without using specific terms, they're improving the area, and things have definitely come a long way from in there. I will say that. So whatever they got going on in these unattended meetings seem to be kind of going in at least a decent direction. But yeah, like, that was just an example I had for personal experience. Like, there's these meetings they have seats. Nobody in them. None. Zero.
And I mean, to be honest, man, as a community, man, I just feel like a lot of us should be more a part of what's going on because, I mean, like you said, they can literally have 2 or 3 people in there and like, hey, we passing this bill. Everybody in agreement? Yep. All right, cool. And then you got everybody sitting at home like, dang, when the gas go up?
It is really like that.
Just little stuff like that or whatever. And, and I told y'all this before, it's funny, but it's real at the same time. So, I went to go vote one time, and I'm just, going through there like, yeah, you want to vote yes for, make sure these liquor stores don't stay open so late and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure, why not? I don't go that late anyway or whatever. Cool, let me check that off. And then I get off of work one day, and this is when I was working like 7 days out of the week. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to the liquor store.
Go pull up real quick.
Right. So, I go to the liquor store or whatever, and I come up to the door or whatever, and somebody in there like, what you mean? Like, I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. Right. It's 10. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, yeah, we're closed. The new bill. Like, we had to close early. I'm like, that's what that was. And since then, I kind of looked at what it is I'm voting for. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want that happening to me again.
reason I can't get 6
Look,
o'clock in the
man.
morning.
Look, man. Look.
When I get off.
Look, I thought it was good for the community inside. But, you know.
Alright, so I guess there's a little bit of an introduction that I can make here.
Okay.
Are we trying to get heavier into how... See, I'm usually neutral, but there's a way that I see us as a group changing the community, but as of right now, it's not possible. And it's a statement that's kind of going to... Like, no, I mean as a more or less race. You feel me? And it's a statement that if you really look at it and hear it for what it is, it's true, but it's harsh to hear.
Go for it.
Collectively, we need to get smarter.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Like,
what I meant.
legitimately, like, we as a group need to become more intelligent and more a part of this system that we wish to change. Like, rioting and burning things down and all of that, not gonna get you anywhere but the other way. Like, it's really not.
I'm gonna tell you this though. You kill my son, burn this motherfucker down.
Oh, I mean,
Shit,
well,
I'm gonna be for real
of course,
with y'all.
yeah, I
Burn this
get that.
motherfucker
I
down.
understand.
We burn
yeah,
this
I'm
motherfucker.
yeah, like, I mean, I get that,
No,
but I'm saying, like, when it comes to, like, a day-to-day civil basis, we all need to find a way to come together and collectively get more intelligent to this system. And unfortunately, it is a system that's stacked against us, but...
Because one of the main for us.
Right, and then of course we've got so many, cops are bad, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you right now, I've had my eyes on the issue for a good minute now since this whole little civil unrest thing we've had going. I've not seen very many black cops.
Yeah.
Like, I've been living in and out of Covington for the last 20 years. I know of 3.
And we went to school with
We went to school with 2.
Yeah, they were like,
Sam Johnson, shut up.
And, like, legitimately, if we wish to change that system, we need to become more of a part of it. And to do that, we have to improve our intelligence. Like, we have to, because there's so many, as a whole, like, we're clearly, individuals that kind of have more of a logical line of thinking as far as, like, getting through life and everything like that. But, of course, there's folks in neighborhoods that are less fortunate and live a certain way and grow up a certain way and come up, and that's all they know.
yeah.
Those people, like, we need to all get together and realize that violence is not going to be the answer. Legitimately, if you're talking violence, you're literally putting yourself further into the system that you're trying to beat. You're not going to be able to beat fire with fire, because I'm going to tell you right now, their fire is a lot bigger than the fire we got right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to trying to change things, you need to become a part of it, not stand outside and throw rocks at it. You feel me?
I got something to add to that, too. With the whole intelligence part, we also need to get better with how we allocate our dollars.
Yeah,
that's
for
bad.
sure.
That's been an issue.
Yeah.
We have these spending habits of a child.
Yes.
It's been like this for years. If you Google it, our spending power is what, 1 point something trillion dollars.
Oh, yeah.
That just off of consumerism.
That's not even rich folks.
That's not
Bro,
right. That's not
bro,
right. That's your average.
Bro, you can roll through the projects
guy.
and see RTs and scat packs and
Yes.
all that.
Everybody
No,
has
bro.
brand new
And
Gucci,
it's like,
Fendi,
why?
Right.
Louis,
Right.
And it's like, why?
Burberry,
You know,
and stuff.
And honestly, okay, I guess really we can throw on top of that, when you roll through these bigger neighborhoods, like, because, like, the line of work I'm in, I'm through all the, like, upper level, top tier neighborhoods throughout our little, hell, not even Metro Atlanta. I'm going all the way down near to Alabama. Like, and it's sad, honestly, because you can peg not a black person, not a black person, not a black person, not a black person, minority. No, I know, because I'm the one on their yard. Like, I deal with them, and it's as soon as you pull up, you can look at the cars in the driveway. That's a black person. I'm telling you, bro, it's that hard. It's literally that hard of a fact that you can walk up in the driveway. That's a black dude. Like, and by example, I'm saying we get into these big neighborhoods and we straight try to flex. Straight try to flex. And I'm talking about, there's I-8s, there's R-8s, there's all the upper level, top tier luxury cars, performance cars, and all that. You want to go next door to the dude, Tom Williams, next door, but he's got a Toyota Camry. Yeah. But he's got a Prius. But he's got, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's that way throughout all of these neighborhoods. It's sad because we get up in these nice houses. Oh, well, we done made it big. We got to flex. We got to show folks we got the shit. Yeah. And you start spending, all right, so that's a $100,000 car. That's a $100,000 car. That's a $100,000 car. That's a $100,000 car. Literally, the collective sum of your vehicles outweigh your house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's not rational, bro. When you go over there to your neighbor who's a different, not a minority, you talking about this man spent all of $27,000 on that 2012 Toyota Camry, right? But it's like back in the day. Gets him to point A and point. That man shows up at Walmart. Don't nobody know what that man's doing. Like he could be Tom, Dick, and Larry out there, just doing whatever. Nobody knows. Mm-hmm. And then he goes into his driveway, and this man got a $500,000 house. Yeah. You feel me? But next door neighbor over here, oh boy, we got the murdered out Hellcats, we got the I-8s, we got the Porsches, we got Lambos, Ferraris. Cool, that's awesome. But I'm saying, like, your next door neighbor has all that in his account. You feel me? He has all that tied up in estate. He has all that tied up in investments and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we don't invest and we don't do things like that, but as a whole, on a grand scale, we're shitting our money away, bro. Like,
and that was the point I was going to bring, because there's a, not to get too spiritual, but there's a favorite passage of mine in the Bible that says, my people lack information. Our people suffered because we lack information. I may be paraphrasing, but that's actually my favorite passage of the book. There's so much information out there that we don't look at or overlook.
Yeah.
And it's there. With just with, like I said, just pissing our money away. We're not giving our babies a chance to have a future because once we're gone, they're next.
Going with us. Yeah.
And it's like to mix Bible with music. But my favorite quote from the Wu-Tang Clan. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. I honestly also feel, intelligence plus the redirection of where we put our dollars in. I believe, over time, they're the greatest vehicles to, generational change and breaking chains of generational curses. So even, when it comes to presidential elections and things like that, we won't have to necessarily depend on them. My opinion, with the voting is, vote, don't vote, but how's your personal economy going? You got to worry about what's going on in your house before you can worry about what's going on everywhere else.
In the nation.
In the nation. Yeah. In the airplanes, when you're in Mayday, there's a reason why they say secure your mask first before you help somebody else's, because if you're out, what good are you to the other person?
You're both dead.
You're both dead.
Right.
Yeah. I just think that, like I said, with the intelligence, we need to get smarter with our spending habits and where we put it. Because, like you said, Tom next door, he has a regular schmegler house, but his portfolio in gold and silver is probably 10 times that. Or some other, or real estate is 10 times that, and you'll never know because
you can't see it.
He's not flexing.
He's not sitting there with chains
around his neck.
He's not walking around with the off-brand Walmart Skechers.
Yeah. Exactly.
You feel me? Walking around with the khaki pants for like $5 at the swap meet.
Right.
But bro, bank account looking like.
Meet,
you know what I'm saying? Bro, bank account fat as fuck, but you just walking around in some regular ass shit you wouldn't even know, bro, was loaded, rich or anything like that.
And I will say that, like, in my family, there's a little bit of money. And that my dad did a really good job of not flexing. Like, me and my sister happened to stumble across the fact that this man was loaded as hell. And this man was riding around town in a 98 Grand Prix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? And once I caught wind of that, I respected that. Like, wow, dude, like, ain't nobody know you was out here stepping like this. Like, you feel me? But
exactly.
So and it's a good example. And I feel like where we need to place a lot of our spending is in real estate, in things that are going to do more for the people around us instead of sitting here spending 80 grand on a car, sitting here spending, because like 80 grand on a car, that's 40 acres somewhere, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that's a whole, like, buy 40 acres, get somebody else to invest with you, that's 80 acres. Go ahead and set up your complex right there.
Exactly.
House. Y'all got your
homeless
own
people
rules
out
and
the
everything.
street.
Yeah, like that. You
I
running your own world out here.
I seen on social media the other day one of the rappers, I think it was Blueface. This man Blueface spent $250,000 on an outfit.
Yeah.
Outfit.
Nick Cannon got $1 million pair of shoes, bro. You feel me?
I think those were given to him for free though. You feel me?
I mean,
I started shaking when I spent $100 on clothes, bro. So I'm not.
Facts. For
150,
all the deals.
Nah.
And then plus, it's just, and I hope I reach this, part of my life, once you receive more, you will want to give more,
Make it work.
Make it work. Yeah, exactly. Make it work something, because, I mean, you're not, you can't bring it with you in your grave.
Where you going?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't bring it with you. And it's like, you really want to piss it off on a $500,000 house that you're probably not going to really enjoy, or, just, you can't sleep in 5 rooms at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And, and if you get that house, take some of these homeless people off these streets, offer, until they get on their feet, and they actually help people, just things like that. But
So that's a whole nother topic.
that's a whole nother topic. If we're trying to move forward, if we're trying to progress forward, where we're not dependent on voting and things like that, being more self-sufficient, this would be the way to go, and that way we can prevent these bullies, telling you to, hey man, you need to get out and vote, and it's like, well, I don't know exactly what I'm voting for. Like, like we said, two lesser two evils, they're both devils, no matter which way you try to cover it up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, and just last thing, I've never understood why it's only 2 parties that are put out there as,
Two main parties.
Two main parties, Republicans, Democrats, Bloods, Crips. It's just like, is this where we really going? And it really seems like, it's like, okay, people are really voting for their set.
A lot of the people that really know, they do say that. The
Right.
real gangbangers are wearing suits.
Yes.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like, really, and truth be told, I wish, me personally, I honestly wish Andrew Yang had stayed in the race, because he had some really good proposals for the people. And me personally, I wish he would have stayed in that.
See,
in that
proposals
race.
ain't enough, man.
Yeah, true.
Because I mean, like I said, and then shout out to our guys, man. Thoughtful Narcissist, man. I was listening to one of their podcasts.
Yeah.
And they were talking about Kanye, things that he was trying to do and things of that nature, whatever. And a lot of it sounded good, but it's like, who's gonna really go for it?
who's backing that?
You know what I mean?
Who's like, because it's not just you
Right.
that, like, you can't get in office and be like, all right, so we're doing that. It's
Yeah.
not like
Nah,
that.
it
Like,
don't run like
legitimately, you get in office and you technically become a puppet based on the system
Yeah.
around you.
But I just think that we just been lied to for so long. So it's like, no matter how good a proposal sounds, we're not gonna give that person a chance. Just because we can't see it right now. It's gonna take some time to get right. Even the whole thing with Ice Cube. The Black Agenda. So many people were trying to cancel him because whatever this perfect timing thing. Which I have a problem with that, because it's like, anytime we're not talking about, black liberation, that's time wasted. So it really don't matter what time, whatever perfect time is. Truth be told, 400 years ago should have been the perfect time to break, to prevent this stuff. But here we are now, not physically slaves, but, systemic slavery.
Yeah.
So, but that was my little rant on that. But
I mean, piggybacking off of what you're saying or whatever, people talk so much about why these celebrities aren't using their platforms and things of that nature, whatever have you. Then when they finally use them, it's just like, oh, they just doing it for such and such or whatever.
Yeah.
They trying to do something or whatever, and you know.
What are you doing?
Right. You know, like, what are you actually doing to put that foot forward? Because a lot of people can just look at the TV screen and talk shit all the time. Like, hey, why you ain't doing this? It's like, okay, let's just say, for instance, we watching a football game. Be like, man, you could have caught that shit. Man, I could have caught that shit. Go out there,
Yeah,
catch
I
the
never
shit. You know what I mean?
I
So just,
definitely
just,
got that
just
shit.
little
You've
shit
been out
there, you know?
I was
So,
definitely that guy.
but you know, but
Shit,
you know,
we was
just.
basketballing out there. Me and you, boy, we could have made some of them shots.
Man, my nigga, you was wide open, bro.
I can't say.
You gotta line your elbow up.
Like,
Like,
I'm
real
real
left.
square elbow. What's wrong with you, dog?
You had all the time in the world to shoot that.
But I mean, that's more so the same though, man. We can sit there and just talk all we want to about, hey, you could do this, that, and third, but what are you doing? That just goes back, into the dollar that we spend or whatnot. What are we actually doing to change things in the community? Because, like Max said, we don't have to be dependent on politicians and stuff to make change. You can make change within our own community.
And then they will come to us for
Right.
things.
Right, because I mean, that's always a possibility for people to get together and make their own thing, make their own community, make their own democracy. So to
And we
speak.
can, because every year we spend the most money during the holidays.
The most.
We could easily put that somewhere else, somewhere positive.
That's true. And then just going back to what y'all saying about, we'll just call him Tom. So, Tom over here, he got this Toyota Camry or whatever, he got these, little doctors he paid $40 for, but you got to think about what he's doing. All the stuff he got, he's buying that last. He's not going to get something that's going to only, look good for about 2 days and then rip on you or whatever have you, whatever. He's getting everything that's going to last.
Functional.
Right, it's functional and it's going to last. And then that needs to be more of our mindset. Instead of spending on the most expensive thing or what looks baller to someone else or, getting a vehicle that sits up on however many inches or whatever have you, you need to get something that's going to last, because at the end of the day, if you don't get anything that lasts, then whatever you got is just material.
Yeah.
It's not nothing that's going to really benefit you, help you, or whatever have you. You got products out here that actually grow in value after you purchase them. And then most stuff that you do get, most of the black culture that we get, it appreciates as soon as you get it. Almost like a car, like as soon as you pull that thing off the lot, it appreciates in value. So
Liabilities.
And hell, there's points to build on top of that, because like you want to know what's expensive about an expensive car? Maintenance. You want to know how much an oil change costs for a Bugatti? $12,000. $12,000 for an oil change.
I get funny when I spend over 40. I don't. You talking about no
Shit, I changed my own.
No.
Try on a Bugatti, I dare you.
no, Mitsubishi.
On our level, but yeah, that's doable. You start talking about $1 million cars, boy, you got $1 million problems when them things start going bad.
Yeah.
You can't just take no I-8 over there to Jiffy Lube, like that ain't gonna work. You taking that straight back to the dealership. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
They're
taking
about to spend some money too.
Man, shoot.
Like, that's crazy.
Shout out to vegetarian, man.
$2,000 for
Oh,
a
yeah, juice was good for sure. Yeah.
Man, shout out to vegetarian, man.
Very quality drinks you got here.
But I mean, with this being said, man, we had a lot of different points, man. A lot of us feel the same, a lot of us feeling differently or whatever have you. I will say about this election and the election before, it was like real dicey. It was like, I don't want to vote for neither one of y'all, but one of y'all gonna be in office, so it's gonna be, and go ahead.
I was about to say, once Trump got in office, bro, I thought this whole shit was fake as hell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Once he started running, I'm like, Trump. Like, for real? Trump?
To be honest, I didn't think he had a chance because I've never seen
celebrity.
Yeah, I've never seen a celebrity just get into politics except for what? Was it Nixon? Reagan. Reagan was an actor.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I hate governor.
Well, I mean, but hey,
Yeah,
that's
that's
still
But I'm talking about just
that's-
as far as presidency.
Yeah, president.
I didn't think Trump was gonna get as far as he did, but then he did. And I was like, oh.
And that
I don't
was,
think he thought he was gonna get that far.
that was
I
another
literally
pawn
thought
on
it-
the chessboard, buddy. Like,
I really thought it was a publicity stunt, to be real with you. I thought they was just faking. I did.
wow.
Once they said he was running for president, I'm like, well,
legitimately, the entire party was against him running for president. Like that should tell you something, but somehow he still made
Still
president.
made it.
So
And then like for me, man, like I'm not gonna say I'm sour about it, but at the end of the day, you know, my first time I was able to vote was, I think, Obama's second term. I think when I was finally able to vote. So, you know, to me, you know, looking at it before when I couldn't vote, I was like, oh man, it's amazing, you know, first black president, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, I still, you know, like, hey, that was a event I was glad to be a part of. You know, I can tell my son, hey son, you know, when I was coming up, we had our first black president, blah, blah, blah. So when the next election came around, I'm like, all right, cool, I got my chance. I'm gonna vote for Barack or whatever have you. And then at the end of the day, you know, you had to sit back and really realize, did you vote for him because of his policies, or did you vote for him because of his skin color?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and that was
Boondocks had a pretty nice point on that one, boy.
Yeah, I remember that.
The
I
whole
remember that.
music video.
I remember that, you know, but
Oh,
you know, to be honest, you know, like I said, with that being said, you know, I'm not gonna let nobody take that away from me. I felt proud.
Right.
You know, I was just like, okay, I did something. You know, I voted. You know,
You were a functioning member of society, like you got to
yeah,
actually
yeah,
contribute
yeah,
to.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing about it is, I vote, but I'm not naive at the same time. You know, I vote, but then I also look at what's behind them. Like, so I did this, but what's gonna happen next, and blah blah blah. You know, my thing is, you know, we vote for these people, but then depending on who that person was, we don't put them on that pedestal. We don't be like, hey, we're not gonna judge him. He's gonna do good. We're not gonna worry about it. We're gonna turn a blind eye, or whatever. Because when, you know, word, you know, got out that Biden was gonna be president, it was like, yeah, Biden, whoa, Biden. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, he ain't the same Biden I remember in 08.
Right.
And
There
it's
was
just like,
oh, he definitely
yeah, he ain't the same Biden I remember from
But,
08. So,
there was a nice meme from Megamind
oh
when
god.
he was talking about, oh, we're free, and then it was Biden. He was like, I wouldn't say free, more like under new management. Like, and boy, it's like that summed it up right there.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
I have a prediction.
predictions.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the current
All right,
president.
Mr. Leo, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the Democratic Party is probably gonna be in the office for a good 16 years.
After this.
Yeah, starting
16
now.
years.
Starting
So what you
once
thinking,
I
Biden's
mean, we was in
Biden's
the
gonna
So he's gonna
Eight.
repeat a term.
Okay.
and Kamala's gonna follow right behind him.
Yo, wait. You think Biden's gonna repeat? I don't think Biden's gonna repeat. I don't see that.
I think
That
he's
depends
gonna
on who
repeat.
comes up in the next
I
race.
feel like
but-
if anything, he'll drop out and Kamala will be next up.
First female black president.
Well, then it'll
Yeah,
still
that'd
be
be a big
16
thing.
years.
That'd
Then.
be a huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's still be
It'll
Democrat,
still be
but I don't see
16
Biden
years.
getting there again. Cause like even
That's
when
tough.
Bernie was you know running, I was just like, bro, but how long you gonna last? Like, I mean, in my head,
I mean,
well,
he's still alive, so
I
technically
mean-
he still made it. But
yeah, until he
Until
can't
he don't,
get in there,
right,
boy.
Yeah.
but
You know, I don't want to see this man come up in a walker and be like, yeah, you know, vote for me, 2028. Nah, bro, I'm good, bro. Like, nah, you might blow away, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Nah, I'm sticking with my predictions.
I mean, I'm not saying you lying.
Well, no.
Nah,
that's
because
cool.
I mean, because you know, Obama went for 8, and that was surprising. To be honest, his first term, I thought he was gonna get shot. I put that on everything. Like I was watching the whole thing. I'm like, yo, when's gonna happen? You know.
Well, you know what? You know, either way it goes, you know, even if Biden doesn't run for 8, you know, we would still. Well, never mind.
Nah, speak your shit.
Well, no, because I thought about what I was gonna say, but the math would have been off. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I'm just sticking with my regular predictions.
16.
So it might not be 16, it might be 12.
No, it's gonna be 16.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Still
16.
16.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
and Kamala Harris is coming next.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean,
That's-
the
yeah.
biggest thing is for her to be the first female VP. We ain't talking about black, we ain't talking about Asian. She's the first female VP.
Yeah.
And that's big. And of course, people's just like, oh, wow, yeah. But, you know, at the same time, it's just like,
What
You know
technically
who
does
Kamala
that
Harris
do?
is?
and then, you know,
What-
somebody made a funny joke about that. They was like, yeah, they put the 2 candidates in office or whatever that put more black people away than anybody. I'm just like,
And see, that's oh boy, we forgot about that part.
Yeah, see.
Yo, y'all do know that Democrats been hating black people for a long time. I don't know if I don't think too many people from our generation remember this,
That
but
crime
the Clinton,
bill.
the Clinton administration,
I know.
they were calling black people apex predators.
Yes.
They were like straight up,
Yeah,
and
so-
Biden was with them, bro. Like,
I mean, but everybody's with it. You know, all these people that's like, oh yeah, you know, this candidate not for black, this candidate not for black. Y'all was all in that.
right?
Yeah,
You know, Democrat, Republican, they was all in that.
yeah, it's all one big giant cesspool, man.
There you go.
And,
That's a good point. There you go. There you go. That's the one.
That's
That's the
it.
one.
That's it.
Y'all
And on
get
behalf
time
of vegetarian, I didn't want this to get as political as it did, but we thank you for sponsoring this.
Facts.
Right.
Delicious
Very good,
again,
too.
bro. Delicious.
If you don't agree with anything we said, these juices were awesome.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes.
We understand that vegetarian does not back anything that the corner says it does.
Yeah, there you go. This is unlicensed opinions.
Right.
Carrot beet, get you some.
Mm.
With that being said, man, anybody got any more they want to throw out? Y'all good? Y'all
I think we did
pretty
alright.
political. Milkshake.
Save yourself, you know.
This man
Check
said
it.
save.
You know, make sure your economy is straight. You know, before everybody else's. You know, try to become more self-sufficient. You know,
Yeah.
not try to have to depend on, you know, the powers that be and things like that. You know, watch your six. You know, I mean, well, that's another video, but it is warfare going on. But that we'll save that for some other time.
Well, what you got over there?
Spiritual warfare, but we'll go that somewhere else. That's a different topic.
Just slightly unrelated sidebar topic. As a minority, learn how to conduct yourself in front of authority figures.
Yeah.
If you get pulled over in a traffic stop, meeting an officer with an attitude,
No go.
not where it's at.
Yeah.
That's how you get shot. Like, I hate to put it plain Jane like that, but legitimately, if you off rip, you roll the window down, cussing this man out. He is literally trained to, by instinct, if you feel like you're coming against an opposing character, to be on defense. Like, and I feel like that doesn't get preached enough. That man has, whether or not you believe he should have that right, has the right to defend himself by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately, like, once
Well, not really, because I had a high film.
So once I do that, then I can pass it to you, and you can give more of the context on the company who made the juices.
If you scared to introduce juice,
I'm not scared to introduce juices. I'm just saying he had the whole interview with the dude. He had the whole.
white guy voice on. You feel?
Hey, so,
Hey, how's it going?
vegetarian.
This is Silk Jamal Keaton with The Corner, and we have a real surprise, real treat for you guys today. As you can see, we have some juices right here lined up
I might let you do this.
from Mountain Bay.
Oh, never mind. You
Mountain, you
started.
fucking up
No,
already.
no,
I fucked up in my thing though, so it's Mountain Bay Distributors.
Mountain Bay distributors, mostly known up north, but as you can see down in the south, we do have these lovely juices here. Right here we have carrot beet. We also have cucumber ginger punch. We're gonna have some sour sop passion over here.
I might let you
We
do
also have some Irish moss, sea moss, okay, and carrot punch to finish it off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try a few samples here, and we're gonna let you guys know how we feel about these juices. They're pretty good. My wife already tried them. They fire. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. You go ahead and do it.
Because I was numbers moving.
There it is.
Yeah, damn.
Talk y'all shit.
I'm not a racist.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
not quite the intro we were looking for. Juices.
I mean, we started again. I'm just recording this shit so don't cut off on us, man. Yeah.
Anywho, aside from weird blanket statement there, we've got some carrot beet, yes, and some cucumber ginger punch.
Nice.
Indeed. Sour sop passion. We hear that's popular.
Yep.
Indeed.
Very much so.
We got Irish moss. Okay, all right.
So I'm
It
looking
smells
forward to try
good.
that.
We haven't tasted yet. I'm a little, I guess we're 50-50 on that one.
Yeah.
Carrot punch.
I'm trying all of them.
All of them.
You feel me?
Oh.
They're all getting in my belly. Getting in my
Terry.
belly.
So,
Don't
man,
think can they see that? Veggie Terry is the brand
They
name.
I'll probably do. I don't know. I'll do something with it.
Is his name Terry?
Vegetarian.
Oh, I was just asking because that would have been lit as freak. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. It's like I don't took.
Sativa's the one that keep you up. I'm high.
I realized that I don't like
Oh,
it.
it's recording.
They got
Hey guys,
Where's
what's
the red
going
dot?
See
on?
right there at the bottom.
You already know.
Oh, it's at the bottom. Ooh.
What
Yeah.
Just call
This
me
game's-
no left nipple silk. You feel me?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say no love nuts.
Yeah,
I was like,
he was
bro,
going
what
with
the
that
fuck?
too.
I was like, nigga, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, nigga, you
came
gonna
out.
tell me? Like, shit.
I got one ball.
I did not donate my testicles
When they
for
say
$30,000. I did not. Oh, is it 50?
What?
Is
When you
that a
donate a
fake?
testicle. No, that's real.
That's a real
So
thing.
you can donate a testicle.
Boy, if I ain't
for
got
like
kids
either
by 35, we about to clock in, boy. Like,
This nigga's gonna be about to clock. Hey, man, what you
You
trying to
still
do?
have a baby with one
Secure the
testicle.
bag.
Don't
I